I've just been robbed. I don't know yet. Lost clothes. 385 East 88th Street. Would you hurry? My husband's not home from work yet. Thank you. I gotta have some liquor. My liquor's gone!
Didn't Mother come and clean today?
Not today. Mondays and Thursdays.
What happened to this place? It's a mess.
We've been robbed.
What do you mean?
Well, what does rob mean? People come in and they take things out. They rob us.
You mean someone just walked through your stuff?
What do you think? They called us up and made an appointment. We've been robbed.
Alright. What happened? What did they get?
I don't know yet. I was gone 5 minutes. I came back and I found it like this.
You couldn't have been gone 5 minutes. Look at this place.
5 minutes. It's almost gone.
When you came back in the building, did you notice anyone suspicious looking?
Everybody in this building is suspicious looking.
Did you notice anyone with some bundles or packing?
I didn't notice.
What do you mean you didn't notice?
You think I looked for people leaving the building with my television set?
They got the television? A brand new color television?
They're not looking for 1948 Philippines. It was here. They took it. I can't give it right up.
Okay, just take a seat. I'll get you some.
I don't want a drink.
Come on, a little scotch will make you feel better.
I'm not taking any scotch.
Why not?
Because we don't have any.
They took the scotch.
All the scotch.
What about the Cheval Regal?
No, they're going to take the cheap scotch and leave the Cheval's Regal. They took it all. They cleaned us out.
Son of a bitches. All in 5 minutes, huh? They must have been gorillas to come in here in 5 minutes and take all this stuff.
You know how. Stop swearing. The police are going to be here any minute.
Did you call the police?
Didn't I just say that?
Did you tell them they were wrong?
Why else would I call them? What kind of questions are you asking me? What's wrong with you?
It's because you're hysterical.
I'm not hysterical.
Are hysterical.
You're making me hysterical. Don't you understand? My house is just my room.
Yeah. I'm just getting a little excited. Just go ahead and take a seat and I'll get you a coffee. Why not?
next?
Can you tell me the time? Wait, before you say anything, I've got something wonderful to say.
What are you doing in my apartment? You trying to give me a heart attack or something?
It's okay, Jenny let me in. She went to the cleaners to get her dressed. She'll be right back. How'd the audition go?
What are you doing in my apartment, Steve?
You weren't right for the part, were you?
Never mind.
Jerry, listen, it doesn't matter.
Not now, please.
Just wait till you hear what I've got to say. Come on, ask me. I haven't told anyone all day. Come on.
Where's the chunky turkey soup?
Soup? Who cares about soup?
Where's the chunky turkey soup?
I ate it. It was delicious. I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
You ate the chunky turkey soup?
Well, yeah, I was alone and hungry and excited, and there was this little can crying out, "Take me, eat me, open me, I'm yours."
In my cabinet, Steve. In my kitchen. In my apartment.
You know why I was so excited?
There are the following items. 3 cans of chunky beef soup. 3 cans of chunky vegetable soup, 3 cans of chunky split pea and ham soup, and 7 family-sized cans of Franco-American SpaghettiOs. Are you listening?
What are you doing?
Early this morning, as I was about to leave my apartment, I paused for a moment in my kitchen and looked in my cabinet, and I made certain that hidden away behind all those other items there was still 1 remaining can of chunky turkey soup. Why did I do this?
What, are you rehearsing a monologue?
I did this because, as you know, chunky turkey soup, for some mysterious reason, has become almost impossible to locate in this part of the city, and because I like it very much. In fact, I love it. Why do I love it? I don't know. I can't honestly tell you why I love chunky turkey soup. All I know is...
Hey, thanks so much for coming. We would have preferred hearing something from Shakespeare, but this gives us a damn fine idea of your talents. And believe me, if a part should...
All I know is I love it. It is there. It is dependable. It is the only thing I can be certain of in a world filled with uncertainty. And in any case, an emotion such as love should not have to be explained. Do you agree?
Are you all right?
Do you agree?
My God, it was only a can of soup.
It was only a can of soup? Was that what you said?
Yes.
Guess what word you left out?
I have no idea.
Guess.
I don't know.
Take a guess.
But I don't know.
What's the word?
Would it be swordfish?
My. The word is my. My. It was only my can of soup.
Well, you're really mad.
Oh, really? How can you tell? Seriously, as an actor, it's important that I be able to recognize such things. How can you be sure I'm angry?
Okay, put down the pot, Jared.
Put down the pot? Oh, I'll put down the pot, Steve. Oh, yeah, I'll put down the pot. You really want to see me put down the pot?
Oh, shut up. You sound like Jackie Gleason.
Don't you ever tell me I sound like Jackie Gleason.
I'm sorry. That was the wrong thing to say.
Don't you ever say that again.
I'm sorry.
Now I have a headache.
It's my fault.
I know it's your fault.
Listen,
Don't say another word.
But...
Don't say another word. I've got to relax. Dear God, I've got to relax. Don't say another word. Just let me relax. Ugh.
May I make an observation? Do you know why you have so much trouble at auditions? It's because you're tense. It's hard to feel at ease in the presence of someone who's unnaturally tense. Do you know what your body says to the average person? It says tension. Now,
Why don't you ever listen to me?
because I'm your friend. What's the matter? Did your boss give you more slack about leaving for auditions?
Can't you see? I have a lot on my mind, and it's more than just an audition or a job that's bothering me.
Of course I can see that. I'm not insensitive. Don't you appreciate what I'm trying to do for you? I thought this would cheer you up. I thought it would make you laugh.
It was a great success, Steve. Thank you.
Don't tell me you don't remember this. I found it in my closet a couple weeks ago. You used to have one too. Remember we go to Bobby's house after school and watch the Ernie Kovacs show? And there was this group called the Three Flamingos, and they dressed up all in pink.
Steve, we're almost 30 years old.
So what?
Steve, do you know why I feel sorry for you?
You know I do. It's been almost 15 years since Ambrose died, but to me he was always more than just a parakeet.
Because you're silly. Let's face it, you are a silly man. I, on the other hand, am a stupid man. But you know what? I would rather be a stupid man than a silly man. Because a stupid man at least tries. A stupid man cares. A stupid man, in his own stupid way, has integrity. Not like a silly man. How can a silly man care? Or have integrity? Or...
Don't stop now. This is much better than the speech about the soup.
God, Steve, does it amuse you to watch my mind turning into a piece of Swiss cheese? Well, does it?
We're going in your daddy's Hudson, ain't we?
Well, we gotta take the pickup.
The pickup?
Yeah, the pickup.
But it's a senior picnic. I don't want to go to my one and only senior picnic in a dang old pickup.
Well, gosh almighty, Luann, I can't help it.
What the heck good is it for your daddy to have a brand new step-down Hudson Hornet if we never get to use the danged old thing?
I don't know. It seems like everything I do is wrong.
Boy, that's the truth.
Well, Pete and Ruthie Lee are going in his pickup.
So what?
Well, it's just that Ruthie Lee don't mind none.
Of course it don't bother Ruthie Lee none. She practically lives in Pete Honeycutt's pickup seat. I'll bet her bra spends more time on the dang gear shift than it does on her.
Luann Hampton, you know that ain't true.
It's too so. I seen him when she was parked out at the drive-in, and they was dang near naked.
I didn't see nothing.
Of course, you never saw nothing. He was too busy watching the movie, more worried about old Gary Cooper than Grace Kelly was.
Well, I like that movie.
Boy, you sure did.
Well, I did.
No wonder Ruthie Lee has so many chest colds in the wintertime.
Well, if Pete and Ruthie Lee's going on like that, it just means they ain't got no respect for each other.
Or for Gary Cooper.
Reverend Stone says that goings on like that is just plain unchristian and disrespectful.
Oh, brother.
Goings on like that in a driving as such is just plain unchristian.
Well, at least they were sharing something more than a danged old box of popcorn.
Well, a true Christian is pure in body and mind.
I wish you'd stop preaching, Billy Bob. Every time we have something important to discuss, you come up with another dang sermon.
What is it important that we're discussing anyway?
Why, your daddy's stepped-down Hudson Hornet, that's what.
My daddy's... Gosh almighty, Luann.
You don't have to yell, Billy Bob.
Well, I told you, and I told you, and I told you. You can't have the Hudson. You gotta
Why
have the...
not?
'Cause Daddy's gotta take it down to Big Spring.
Seems plumb funny to me that your daddy picks the very day of the senior picnic to go on over to Big Spring. Doesn't he know it's the most important event of our whole schooling career?
Well, I don't know if he does or not. It's just that...
Don't hardly seem fair to look forward to something for all these years and have your daddy come along and mess things up.
Well, I don't think he's messed anything up. It's just that
He's doing it out of spite, Billy Bob.
He don't think he's spite.
And spite in my book is just plain unchristian and sinful. Good night, Billy Bob.
Nothing's the matter, Ezekiel, and you look peculiar.
No.
Nothing wrong between you and Nikki, I hope.
Shep, I've got to tell you something.
What?
I'm one.
What did you say?
I said I'm one. I was one.
One what?
One of the people that Nikki's book is about. Nikki's one too. I'm a witch.
oh, that's what it is. He's persuaded you to come in on the joke. I suppose that's to further it along. Well, sorry, dear, but it won't work.
Shep, you don't understand.
Not if it's to prove to me that Nikki is a witch. No.
The word is warlock.
Well, we don't have to get technical about it.
You won't believe that there's such things, no matter who tells you.
No one's threatening you with anything, are there? Nikki isn't.
He's in a way.
Well, then he can go to hell. What? Has he been threatening to tell something about you to me? That's easily dealt with.
How?
Tell me yourself.
That's what I've been trying to do.
What, have you been engaging in un-American activities or something?
No. I'd say very American. Just early. Shep, magic can be like coincidence. Like, when you think about what I thought, always the rational explanation.
Well, then I'll take the rational explanation.
Just like you took the rational explanation with us?
Yes, like I... You mean that was...
That was. You yourself call the whole thing magic only this afternoon. Put a spell on it.
And how did you go about doing that? Highway, your cat. Is he a witch too?
He's familiar.
Oh, I remember. A pet that's supposed to do his master's bidding. Gil, you can't be serious.
You came in to use the phone, and it was busy, and then what?
I went to get my coat. I went to the door. I turned it out. And then I seemed to see you for the first time. Gil, have you told me the whole truth about yourself? Are you really in love with me?
I'm more in love with you than I've ever been.
Well, could you go on without me? If I wasn't there, could you?
I'd have to, wouldn't I?
Maybe. Look, can you take spells off that you put on? Because I think you better.
No, not that, never!
Fine.
Where are you going?
I don't know, but I'm getting the hell out of here.
You can't.
Oh, yes, I am. Don't think that just because you put a spell on me that I'm coming back, because I'm not. Ever.
Shep! You'll have to come back, won't we?
Taxi! Dad? No! 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 No!
Dirty bastards! I hope they die. I hope the car they stole get away in, hits a tree, burns up, and they all die.
You read about it in the newspaper every day, and when it happens to you, you just can't believe it.
A television, I can understand. Liquor, I can understand. But shaving cream, hairspray, and how much are they gonna get for a roll of dental floss?
They must have been really desperate. They took everything they can carry. They even took my damn kitchen money.
What kitchen money?
Kitchen money, I kept it in here, 85 buckaroos.
In cash? You kept cash in a book? Why?
Someone will find it. Where else am I going to keep it?
In a jar. In the sugar. In the bank. Someplace they're not gonna look.
They looked in the medicine chest. You actually think they're not going to look in the sugar?
Nobody looks in the sugar.
Nobody steals dental floss and mouthwash. Only sick people. That's who live in the world today. Sick, 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 sick people.
As long as you weren't hurt, that's the only thing that matters.
But supposing I walked in and found them here, what would I have done?
You were very lucky, very lucky.
But supposing I did.
You'd walk in, say excuse me, and come back later. What would you do? It didn't happen now, did it?
It almost happened if I walked in 5 minutes sooner.
You couldn't have been only 5 minutes. It took the 7 Satani brothers 2 days to move everything in. 3 junkies are not going to move it out in 5 minutes.
7 minutes, 8 minutes. What's the difference?
The lock isn't broken. It wasn't even Jimmy. I don't even know how they got in here.
Maybe they found my key.
What do you mean found your key? You don't have your key?
Of course not. I lost it.
How are you planning on getting back into the house after you went shopping if you don't have
The door open.
You left the door open.
Of course.
In the city with the highest crime rate in the history of the world, you left the door open.
What was I gonna do? Take my furniture with me? I was only gone for 5 minutes.
They know. The door opens. It doesn't lock. The whole junkie world lights up. Door open, 14th floor, 88th Street, 2nd Avenue. They know.
They don't know anything. They go around trying doorknobs.
And what do you think they're gonna do? Try every door in this house except ours? Let's leave 14A alone, fellas. It looks like a nice door.
If they went around trying doors, they have exactly 23 hours and 55 minutes a day to try each door. How was I supposed to know they're going to try ours in the 5 minutes I was gone? I gambled. I lost.
What kind of gamble is that to take? You lose, they get everything. You win, they rob someone else.
I had to go shopping. There was nothing in the house to eat tonight.
Well, great. Now we have something to eat, but nothing to eat it with. Why didn't you call and have them send it up?
Because I was shopping cheap. A store that doesn't deliver. I was trying to save us money, Melissa. Look how much money I saved. Phooey.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to clean.
Now?
Of course now.
Why? You're cleaning for the police? What do you think they're going to do, write in their books, bad housekeeper or something?
The house is a mess. I can't find out what's missing unless I pick everything up.
What do you mean not know what's missing? We know what's missing. They got the television, the liquor, the medicine chest, the kitchen money, and the high-five. That is all they got, isn't it?
What do I look like? A detective to you? Look yourself.
Hello? You hear me?
Here we go.
Okay. You got it?
Yep.
Just okay. You keep that and tell me.
You guys can get ready to go here. Do I wear my clothes now? No.
You got it?
You sore?
No.
For breaking up the game, I mean.
Well, okay then. Why?
I just don't like to see you the way you act when Ernie's around.
And how's that?
Oh, pretending so.
Who's pretending? Ernie and me happen to like a couple of beers and a hand of poke. Why do you have to act like somebody's mother?
I'm sorry, Arthur.
Why don't you call me Art like everybody else?
All right, I'm sorry, Art.
Forget it.
Want to go down to the drugstore?
For what?
I don't know, Coke, soda.
On top of beer?
Oh.
Janet, what did you mean when you said you wished your father was different? The way he's so funny about lipstick and stuff and doesn't like you to date guys?
I wish I lived downtown with Norma. I'm going to, the minute I graduate.
What the hell? Lots of parents raise Cain with their kids, especially girls.
Yes, but my father doesn't raise Cain. He says, how could you hurt me this way? How could you? And then he cries.
Cries?
Real tears.
But your dad's a grown-up man. College professor.
I know. He makes me feel so bad. Arthur, dance with me.
No, I can't.
It's no big mystery now, just walk in time with the music. It won't work if you keep on being so standoffish. No, Goofy, close to it. You're catching on?
I think so. You better stop soon.
You're doing fine. Everybody's self-conscious at first.
No, I think we better.
Arthur, what's the matter?
Too bad Ernie isn't here. He goes to the dances all the time. Real ones, downtown.
I wanted to dance with you, not Ernie.
I'd give anything if I could be like him.
Now why?
He's really got a smooth tongue in him. I admire that. Look it out. I don't really know anyone. Not even my own folks. Does that sound bad?
Not to me. seems to me the only people who can really talk are people in love.
Maybe so.
Stop that, or you're kicking the balls.
Did a good job. We rocked.
She's gonna come over and pick her up.
Here comes Glenn. No trouble.
Run! Wow, that was close.
Montana is a place of beauty, a place many have learned to love, but many have also learned to destroy. Our rivers are being polluted, and much harm is being done. The fish that live in this river are dying from the pollution. This can be prevented if only we would do our part. Also, debris such as this needs to be taken care of.
For 7 years, Friends of the Gopher have helped to clean up the Gopher River, from cleaning up the bank to planting trees in Gopher Park. We have worked together with ranchers to help stop erosion along the banks.
Because of the irresponsibility of the land manager, cattle can overgraze and destroy riparian zones. But with a proper management system, all aspects of stream and land management can work together to ensure a healthy environment. With the proper management plan, cattle can live in harmony with nature. Wildlife and stream quality do not have to be sacrificed. By allowing the cattle to drink or to cross a stream in certain places, the entire area benefits. There are several different aspects of stream management that need an equal amount of water. Fisheries, recreation, and other uses are important as well as farm use. An area can be managed for the good of the entire riparian zone, not just for one of these aspects. And that is in the best interest for all of us. So remember, poor management hurts riparian zones, not cattle or farm use.
Rivers have always been a popular recreational spot, but as the popularity increases, so does the garbage. If average citizens like you and me take steps and pick up the garbage, everything could be a cleaner place.
Hi, and I'm here to talk to you today about diversion ditches. Diversion ditches are necessary for rancher survival. It's used for irrigation, but they can also be misused. Like here we are in the middle of February, and this irrigation ditch is flowing. Does it really need to be flowing in February? Also, irrigation ditches can run through areas that have been developed. Do people in Lincolnwood really need water to water their pastures for cows? Also, during the hot, dry summer, too much water can be taken out of our streams, and the streams can run dry. This ruins the stream's ecosystem. But all of this can be avoided with stricter water laws, regularly enforcing these water laws, and proper management. Thanks for your time.
Trees are very important for stream management for many reasons. One reason is they help slow down the process of erosion and keep the banks. This also contributes to sediment problems. When the banks erode, this causes sediment to go into the stream, making it hard for your fish to survive. Second reason, trees help protect fish wildlife by keeping the water temperature cool. These are two important aspects for you to consider when dealing with stream management. Thanks.
Carl, wake up! Fish, Carl! What do you think it means, Carl?
Wait a minute. We could breathe before. So that means we're underwater.
But, Carl, I can't swim.
It's easy. You just wiggle around like this. So if we're fish, then you must be a salmon. Salmon.
If you're a fish, you must be a carp. Carl, the carp. I'm hungry, Carl. What do fish eat? Worms. Where do you find worms at, Carl?
In the dirt.
I can't find no worms, Carl.
Some fish don't eat worms.
Some fish eat other fish, Carl. And I'm bigger than you.
Wait! These fish are a whole lot easier to catch.
What kind of fish do you think they are, Carl?
Goldfish?
Wrong color. I'll bet they're bronze fish. Fish. Yeah.
They don't taste very good, though.
Wait a minute. Carl, where do you think all the big fish are?
I don't know.
I'll bet that's where the humans are. Carl, I'm awfully hungry.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, look. Food. A pop! It looks a whole lot better than worms. No, wait, Carl! It might be a trap set by the humans. All right, now hold it. Oh. Carl! Carl! Oh. Carl! I guess I'll have to swim with you guys for now. And you have to zoom in. And then you already had the scene with me wobbling next to the fuckers. We're done! Let's go. I'm not fucking done. Dude, woo!
Well, I never thought to see you here, Myra Webster. It's nothing to the start I got when I opened the door and saw you standing there, Sarah Thorne. I suppose you got a letter from Uncle Si, too? Whether I did or whether I didn't is no concern of yours. If that letter you're holding is anything like the one I got, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't show it to me. I'll let you see mine first. They're exactly the same, and written in Uncle Si's hand, too.
Well, I guess for once you're right. I've got my specs. I'll read them. My dear niece. Yes, and yours begins the same. The doctors tell me that I've only a few more days to live. So acting upon this knowledge, I am writing this letter to you, which will not reach you until after my death. Hidden somewhere up in my old house on Hill Road, I have hidden my legacy to you, and it is for you to find. No one but myself knows where it is concealed, but you should discover it upon a careful search. I hope you spend it wisely and think often of your affectionate uncle, Silas Holt. There's something queer here. Uncle Si must have been out of his head when he wrote these.
No, I don't think so. You know how strange he always was, insisting on living up here all by himself for all those years. No, these letters are just like him. And they're written in his hand and sent from his lawyer's office in the city. At least mine was.
And so was mine.
So then, that must mean the money's hidden somewhere up here and it's up to us to find it. And whoever does find it, well, I guess the money will belong to her.
Well, it beats me to figure why he would leave it to either one of us. He was so mad after we sent him to the city, to the hospital 5 years ago, after I discovered him up here with the stroke, all alone.
You sent him to the city. I didn't. I never came back up here after that greeting he gave me when I dropped in. I had too much pride.
Yes, I sent him to the city, but your pride didn't prevent you from coming to the hospital to see him later on.
Yes, I did go to visit him. At least I did my duty.
Yes, and he told you to get out and never come back. Well, the old man must have had a change of heart. After all, we're his only living heirs, and blood's thicker than water.
Sarah Thorne, do you realize this is the first time in over 10 years that we've really talked?
There's a reason for that, isn't there?
Before that, we were best friends as well as first cousins. We went everywhere together. We even set up housekeeping after our folks died.
Yes, but that was before Miles Warwick came to town and started going with me. We were practically engaged, and yet you did your best to try and get him away from me.
That's a lie. I never did no such thing. I never tried to make Miles like me. I never flirted with him. You always got so mad so easy, Sarah. Miles had only taken me out 2 or 3 times, and you up and packed your things and moved out.
He was supposed to be engaged to me. You'd never catch me going halves with anyone where a fiancé or a husband was concerned.
Well, that's all in the past now. I didn't marry him either. He moved out of town and married someone else, and I guess they're divorced now.
Just a fly-by-night. That's what he was. Anyway, I guess I'm better off. But I will never forget the sly way you tried to go after him. Underhandedness is something I could never tolerate.
That's a mean way to talk, Sarah.
I'm not going to argue with you, Myra. I did not hike that mile uphill from the village on a day like this to hash over our quarrel. I'm going to look for Uncle Si's money, and maybe I will find it.
As I see it, I have just as much a chance as you. You look down here, I'm going upstairs.
It's starting to rain. Drat it. Well, let it rain. I guess I'll try tapping on the walls again. I'll have another look at the rubbish. Jeez. No, nothing there. She's coming down pretty soon, I suspect. Scared to leave me alone for fear I'll find the money, I guess. Let's sakes, what's happened?
Help, help, I've fallen. The last few stairs broke and I think I've broken my ankle.
Oh, here, let me have a look. Just a bad sprain, I suspect. I don't think you've broken any bones. But, yeah. Did you hurt yourself anywhere else?
I don't think so, but my ankle's awful bad.
Well, you can't sit out here. Here, I'll help you into the other room and you can sit down a little bit. There's a pail in the kitchen and the stove's still there. I saw some matches. I'll put some water on to boil. There. Land's sakes, you're heavy. There.
I guess you better go on with your looking, Sarah, while I sit here.
Myra, I need that money as much as you do, but I am not going to take advantage of you sitting there with a sprained ankle. Now, I'm going to go get a chair from the kitchen for you to sit on. Jeez. I left my glasses in the kitchen, but it's the last chair in the house, I guess. Be careful the way you sit on it, though. It's kind of rickety. Got some water heating on the stove. I had to go out in the rain to fill the pail at the pump, but I found some wood left in the wood box.
I'm awful sorry to be such a bother to you, Sarah.
Well, it ain't your fault, I guess. Though you could have been more careful, knowing as you're as heavy as you are, and the stairs are dangerous.
You know, this reminds me of that time, all those years ago, when I took care of you after you got laid up, after stepping on that garden rake. I remember you sitting in the big armchair, and I read to you out of the Elmville Star.
Well, I must say, you have a long memory, though I never was one for remembering silly, unimportant things. I'll go check if the water's hot.
What's this? Feels like a little tin box and shelf. Good land, I bet this is Uncle Si's hiding place. Well, what do I do? She mustn't find out. Oh, here she comes now.
The water will be hot pretty soon. I got a good fire started. Are you all right? You're looking kind of pale.
Oh, I'm all right, Sarah.
Listen, I know what. I didn't know how long I'd be out here, so I brought along a lunch. Maybe if you eat a little something, you'll feel better.
Oh, no, Sarah, I'm fine. Really, I am.
I've got a thermos of hot tea. Now, just hold on a minute.
Oh, I'll have to get up here somehow tomorrow. I don't know how, but I'll manage. Oh, and to think it was in the very chair she brought me. It is Uncle Si's hiding place. I just know it. Now I can get some of the nice things I've always wanted. A new big radio, some pretty clothes, a Davenport. Still, it doesn't seem fair to take it all after she's been so nice to me. But still, why should I share it with her? I found it. But it seems awful mean. She was his niece, and that dress of hers looks awful shabby. She's had it for 5 years. There may be enough for both of us to share. I know Uncle Si made a lot of money in the oil wells. Sarah, come quick. Forget the lunch. Come here quick.
What's happened now?
I found it. I found the money, Sarah. Here, I'll show you. It's a little chair. It's a little box on a little shelf. Oh, right. Get it.
I believe you're right. Oh, it's wedged in here pretty tight. See if I can get it out. Yes, I believe you're right. You found it. It's yours.
Listen, Sarah, I have a confession to make. I discovered the box when you were in the kitchen, and I'll admit it. At first, I wasn't going to tell you. I was going to come up here tomorrow and get the money, hook or by crook, if I couldn't find some way to get it and hide it today. But then I got to thinking, and it seems a shame. We were first cousins, and we were good friends for a long time, and I thought, well, it'd be a shame if we didn't make up. I'd hate to die knowing that we'd never, ever made up. So I thought, well, I'll make the first move, and whatever's in the box, money or a check or whatever, we'll go halves on it.
Myra, that's mighty generous of you, but it doesn't seem right. You found it.
No, it's more than fair. You got a letter from Uncle Si, too. You're his niece, too. Here, I'll open it. Here. You open it, Sarah. Fussy old man. What is it?
A silver dollar, cut in half.
No, wait, there's a letter on here. Let's see what it says. My dear nieces, lest there be some argument regarding the division of my money, I've taken the matter into my own hands. The money I was so fortunate to make in oil has, unfortunately, gone up in smoke. I lost it all in ill-advised investments. There was enough left to pay my hospital bills and funeral expenses, and by means of careful savings, I managed to put aside this dollar for you. Spend it wisely, or as wisely as you can. Your affectionate Uncle Silas.
Old skinflint. We might have known he'd pull something like this on us.
Yes, we might have. Sarah, do you know what we should do? Let's have these halves melted into real pretty lavaliers that we can wear on a chain. And then when people ask us where we got them, we can say, Oh yes, aren't they lovely? A valuable piece of antique jewelry left to us by a beloved uncle.
Why? That's not a bad idea, Myra. And a joke on Uncle Silas, too. I've got a confession to make. I saw when you discovered the money. I was peeking in from the kitchen. And when you didn't say anything, I decided I was going to get that money one way or another. I was going to be sweet as pie to you. But you weren't going to leave that house with this money. And, well, when you called me in, it kind of blew the wind out of my sails and made me feel pretty cheap and mean.
Oh, Sarah, I have no right to hold anything over on you. Lord knows we all have our weaknesses.
Yes. Oh, well, it's stopped raining. I better go down to the village and send a car up for you.
I'm sorry to be such a bother to you.
Oh, it's not that that's worrying me. It's leaving you up here with all the money.
It's a risk, but we'll have to take it.
Yeah.
I wonder if there'll be a rainbow.
Oh, look.
Is that it?
Then you said your name.
Smile for the camera. It's recording, I hope. Go ahead.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Yes.